Yeah. Now the elders must vacate the stage.
Do you want to stay?
The young folks to come on. You want to do any more bongos, John? I'm sure they'd love to have you. All right. Yes. Hold and out of breath.
All right, Ken. Next up to the mic, a man who needs a long introduction for all his pedigrees, greatness, and accomplishments. Me. No, I'm just kidding. It really is me. I don't know about all the rest of it. So I had all this picked out, you know. I figured I had it all thought out. I knew what I wanted to do. And then you ever get somewhere and you figure, I don't want to do all that anymore. I want to do something else. So Weasel published my book, Colliding with Orion. I'm a writer, and I believe that people, you can mine your own life for writing. It doesn't always have to be sorrow, sadness, misery, so on and so forth. It can be, you know, being at the red light, being at the cashier, doing whatever. And so I put this book together, and Weasel was good enough to publish it, and we've sold a good amount of copies of it too, have we not?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I've got 2 over there. When I was young, I used to work out all the time. You wouldn't know by looking at me now, but I did. I was in the Army. And then when I got out of the Army, I was working out with this girl. I had to lose 55 pounds. And I went over to her house one time, and her dad saw me. And I was real poor, you know. And then he threw me out of the house. Told me, he said, get rid of that white trash. And so I was thrown out, and this was my home. They called me white trash, and any other day I'd laugh, but today I didn't. They're Hispanic and own a boat and have 3 cars and a 2-story house on the canal. Now I understand why their daughter was told to get rid of me when I came to visit, because that's what you do with trash. They laugh at people who live in trailers. My best friend lives in a trailer. We were roommates once. I don't have the best manners. I don't have good clothes, and I couldn't afford 2 meals a day. But I served in the U.S. Army, worked my way through college, and I believe in being thankful for what you got, even when other folks are laughing at the best you can do. So if I'm white trash, man, I come by it honest. Yeah. I used to not need glasses. Those are good times.
I bought you glasses.
I know you did. They're over there. They're in the purse somewhere. Yeah, I'm trying to maintain my pride. I'm about to break down. So, I was hanging out with these people, and they were talking about how these hunters, right, were kind of these low-class sort of inbred sort of folks, you know. And I wanted to respond to that. It's called Cellophane Vanity. It says, I had this terrible nightmare where a rash fell over the horizon, scratched raw by the wine-dark sea. And the sun rose like an exit song, trying to bud between saloon door clouds, but its shape was wrong, deformed by suffocated rainbow. People below had become so divorced from the earth, they ridiculed those who posed proudly in photos with fish they caught or animals they hunted, yet gladly ate those steaks from the absorbent diaper linings of yellow styrofoam and cellophane packages. They who spent money for artificially colored processed foods that were genetically engineered and soaked in pesticides were in their minds superior to the redneck bumpkin that used skill to join family and friends on an outing in nature to acquire some of what they ate. They were inferior to those who never left the house or the city but swore they loved the earth. Man, it was a frightening nightmare that burned from the heavens to the soil where the irritated, red-headed grub twisted, burning, pushing through the earth near the succulent roots of the tomato plant out back. about people filling your heads full of all these things they tell you you can do, and you know it's bullshit, you know what I mean? You can be anything you want. No, you probably can't. You know what I mean? You know, give it a good go, by all means, but you know, let's keep it real. Whatever real is, I guess. Hogtied. Somebody told me once I could be anything, so I wanted to fly. Pilots look rich and get to see so much, but I'm colorblind. Was denied. Then I wanted to be a doctor of some kind, but I dreamed of helping people, and there's a lot of reading though, and I'm dyslexic and I could never afford to tutor. Politics was out. I have a terrible reputation, and I can't lie worth a dime, and being a preacher was impossible because God's been tied up in a lawsuit against the United States for denying his right to do business, and it'll be a miracle if he wins. I tried to do a lot of things I dreamed about, and each time, no, for some good reason. So I'm left with what they left me, wanting, until I can no longer even have that. Then maybe those who told me I could do anything will rescue me when I'm fat, busted, and broken. Maybe I'll think they're my savior and love them like a god. Maybe that's what they wanted all along. Some people are real good about writing about politics, man. I'm not very good at it at all. But sometimes things in your lives just are actually political. You know what I mean? And so you got kind of that front row seat to the issues. This is my poem about that. It's called The Small Thing. And by the way, like, I'm one of those rare people that think anymore, it seems like when you go out in public, people want to tell you what you can and can't say, what you can and can't think, what you can and can't believe, and if you don't do it their way, they don't want to be around you. They don't even want to be your friend on Facebook. I mean, how silly is that? And then, of course, they want you unhireable, they want you unmentionable, and all of these things. Instead of a debate, maybe to show you how dumb your idea is, or how good theirs is, maybe you should change mine. I used to think abortion was an answer, until one night, over a prepackaged scampi and cocktail sauce, my second ex-fiance told me pain had hooped her like a crawfish in a blood-smeared bathtub. There was blood everywhere. A secret suspected pregnancy confirmed when she produced a fetus no bigger than a shrimp. Weeping, alone, and heartburst, she cradled my son, my daughter, dropped it in the water colored with urine and blood, and flushed it like a cockroach. Well, let's see what I got. Yeah, it's kind of heavy, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's happened to me a couple times in my life. Never did get married, I never did have kids, but I love kids. So, one time when I was young, I was dating this girl for a little time. I remember I didn't treat her very good, and life goes by, you know, she ended up moving on, and she ended up marrying this guy and had a baby with him, and then she was 9 months pregnant. I grew up in Lake Dallas, which is up outside of Dallas, Texas, and well, let me just say I lost touch with her, and I was walking around my trailer park. I live in Kingswood trailer park out there. It was such a bad trailer park. Somebody ate a peacock out there one time. There's a peacock farm nearby. And they ate these carcass of peacock. Even the feathers, you know, it was like $1 a piece or something. Didn't even think to sell. But anyway, I saw this pretty girl walking around there, and I was visiting with her. Ended up being the sister of this girl I used to date so long before. And I asked her where she was at. And she told me, you know, she'd been married and whatever. and her and I were supposed to meet for a spaghetti dinner. Now, you know, it doesn't really take a lot of money to have a spaghetti dinner, but for $1, it's a nice dinner, you know. Well, she didn't show up that night. We were supposed to go out, and come to find out, she lived 4 trailers up from me. This dude that she was married to murdered Amy in the hotel room. 9 months pregnant, went over, and her mom was one of those old ladies that kind of rolled around in a moo-moo all the time, you know what I mean? Never really dressed. She was just kind of sweet old lady, you know. Strangled her to death and killed her. And then came back, crushed a 12-pack of beer until the cops came. But I guess he threw Amy's body in a gallon, what is it, an oil barrel to in a field. So this is a poem about having a picture of her. It says, all I have is her smile and an old Polaroid. She took the picture herself, and her face is far to the right and low. But in the background, you can see some of my things. Evidence she once stood here, against the backdrop of my little radio, nightstand, unpaid bills, water-stained sheetrock, and I think that's one of my paintings there in the corner. She walks with God now, but I keep her picture on the radio and sometimes turn it on, hold the Polaroid, and dance with her in my mind. You guys like Billy Nell's song? Or Billy Nell French form? It's pretty fun. I wrote a Crown of Sonnets, and I took the couplet off the Shakespearean sonnet, and then I cracked it apart, and I made that be my refrain on my Billy Nell. And Billy Nell, you know, English isn't such a great language of rhyming, because most of our words end in consonants, where Spanish, most of your Romance languages, Romance meaning Latin-based, they end in vowels, and so they're pretty easy to rhyme in, you know. So this is a challenge that I did, and it's called, while the world decays in bright confetti, we charge it confidently unrehearsed. We'll break ourselves long before we're ready. Armed with our comforts and obesity, we shove our neighbors so we might be first. While the world decays in bright confetti, we trick ourselves out for the least money, then reeling wonder why we've been so cursed. We'll break ourselves long before we're ready. Some crack cold ones while the rest fall sweaty, shouting in a roar how they've earned their thirst. While the world decays in bright confetti, our exhausted cuss the drunk as lazy, who attack the work week at heaving burst. We'll break ourselves long before we're ready. And gasping on straight whiskey or rosary, the hourglass stands for better or worse. While the world decays in bright confetti, we'll break ourselves long before we're ready.